Hi, my name is Alex Mills. I'm a Managing Director of Dynamo Cover, and I'm also known as the first Welsh candidate from this year's BBC Apprentice. Basically, I am an investor and also run an insurance company called Dynamo Cover. Dynamo Cover provides various different insurance products. More specifically, we do gadget insurance, and the other thing we do as well is we have a new company which is a specialist bicycle insurer, because no cyclist on the road is insured. First entrepreneurial idea, I mean, everyone always likes to look back to the playground. My first one I'd probably say was selling lollipops. So you can buy a bag of 20 for £2, sell them for £1 each, that was 20 quid. Fairly simple. My first real business, a proper business, was a Welsh slate sign company that I started after a business I worked for went into liquidation. And so then basically I thought I could do this myself, and then so I started in the garage. Being 19 years old when I first started my business, obviously didn't have much experience on how a company would run. It was a lot of tumbling and learning, things like, forgetting to pay bills, or things like, forgetting to order in products when we needed to send stuff out. So, you'll make a lot of mistakes, and that's what I usually did, and everyone still does today. But yeah, learning to keep on top of myself was the first challenge that I faced. To me, I always say that a good idea is something that your parents probably don't like. You see, the thing is, when someone is obviously starting a business, they'll speak to family and friends, and they'll all say, oh, that's a good idea, that's a good idea. But homework, do your research, make sure it is a viable product, and at the end of the day, there is a viable market for it. The hardest lesson that I had to learn as an entrepreneur was that I couldn't do everything myself. You see, obviously, I'm one of those kind of people that wants to keep on top of things and do it all. But, I learned that I was better at managing other people doing it and probably using other companies to do other services than me trying to do it myself. Because at the end of the day, it's very crucial in the line of business to use other people's expertise. And so, just be a very good manager of other people. The advice I give to anybody entrepreneur is that business itself is very simple. Okay, you buy something for £1, you sell it for £2. It's very simple business, but it's not very easy. You will face a lot of problems and such like that, but starting a company is fairly easy, and you should enjoy it. Don't go into something just because you think it's going to make you loads of money. Enjoy your business and it will succeed a lot better. For me, everyone has always questioned, how can you go from something like doing slate and then something like insurance? They're not my only two businesses. I've also had involvements with legal companies, and as well as that, I even had a CCTV company at one point. You see, business is so simple, it doesn't matter whatever industry you go into, you can actually run it, you can manage it. The key thing though, when you are going into something that, it isn't your forte, it isn't something that you've done before, is to use other people's expertise. You see, when I started my insurance or my legal company, I then worked with experienced businesses that had done that. You see, sometimes the best thing about being an investor and an entrepreneur is understanding that, having 100% of nothing is still nothing. It's sometimes better to share a business with someone else who has the expertise, has the history behind them, because that will then not only allow a more simpler product, to come to market, but as well as that, during the ongoing running of it, it's good to have experienced people with you all the way. The Apprentice for me was a bit of a stark contrast to the realities of business. All of a sudden you're doing business things with a camera in front of you. I went into The Apprentice, I'd never seen it before, and I went into the show purely as a business decision. I wanted to cause £1 million, and I probably got more chance getting it here than I would do from a bank. So for me, I learned a lot more about engaging with people from various different environments and backgrounds, and to not judge people on face value. People like, Leah, who won, she's a doctor, but she's got very, very good brand identities and things like that. And sometimes it's very good to learn to listen from other people, and hopefully you can teach them something as well.